What if I told you that a tiny copper coin sitting in your collection could be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? Yes, we're talking about some of the most super rare and valuable wheat pennies ever minted. These aren't just ordinary old coins. Some of them have sold for jaw-dropping amounts at auctions. But which ones are the rarest? Which mint marks make them truly valuable? And most importantly, could you be holding one of these treasures without even knowing it? Stay with me until the end, because we're not just covering basic information, we're diving deep into rare mint errors, record-breaking auction sales, and expert strategies for identifying and selling these coins for maximum profit. This is one of the most exciting chapters in numismatic history, and you won't want to miss it. So, let's get started. A simple 1927 wheat penny, and wonder, is this just an ordinary coin? Or could it be an ultra-rare piece that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for? Stay with me, because in this video you will learn everything about the 1927 wheat penny, including its history, rare mint marks, valuable errors, and the exact steps to check if your coin is worth serious money. This is one of the most sought-after coins in US history, and by the end of this video I just discovered that you own a hidden treasure that could be worth up to $35,000 or even more. Now let's dive into the fascinating world of the 1927 wheat penny. The Lincoln wheat cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, replacing the Indy and head cent, and quickly became one of the most beloved coins ever minted. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features a portrait of Lincoln with "In God We Trust" above liberty to the left, and the date 1927 to the right. The reverse showcases two wheat stalks framing the words "1 cent" and "United States of America," with the Latin phrase "E pluribus unum" at the top. This classic design remained until 1958, making the wheat penny a favorite among collectors. But what makes the 1927 wheat penny so special, and how much is it really worth? The value of this coin depends on factors like mint mark, rarity, condition, and potential errors. The 1927 wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each with different levels of rarity. The Philadelphia mint struck the most with a staggering 140,440,000 minted. Because of this high production, comments circulated examples are worth around $50 to $5. However, in high-end circulated grades like MS65 or better, they can be worth $100 to $300. And auction records show some rare examples selling for over $5,000. The Denver Mint produced far fewer, with a mintage of just 27,170,000, making the 1927 significantly rarer, especially in high grades. Circulated examples range from $1 to $10, while uncirculated specimens graded MS65 can fetch anywhere between $300 and $1,000, with record sales exceeding $15,000. The real treasure, however, is the 1927 struck at the San Francisco Mint with only 14,276,000 minted. It is the rarest of the 3, and the survival rate of high-quality examples is extremely low. In circulated condition, it can be worth $3 to $25. But in uncirculated MS65 condition, it jumps dramatically to $1,000 to $5,000. The highest auction price ever recorded for a pristine 1927 wheat penny exceeded $35,000, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln cents from the 1920s. But that's not all, because error coins can make your 1927 errors, and varieties are extremely desirable among collectors and can drive prices even higher. Some of the most valuable errors include the double die obverse DDO, where parts of the day or Lincoln's profile appear doubled, making these worth between $1,000 and $5,000. Another rare error is the off-center strike, where part of the design is missing due to a misaligned strike worth between $50 and $1,500. Broad strike errors, where the coin is struck without the retaining collar causing it to spread out, can be valued between $100 and $500. Then there's the B error, a small die crack between the B and E in Liberty, forming what looks like an extra letter. These sell for $20 to $200. If you suspect you have a rare 1927 Hui penny, how do you verify its value? First, use a magnifying glass to check the date, mint, mark, and look for doubling or other misprints. Second, weigh your coin. A genuine 1927 wheat penny should weigh exactly 311 grams. If it's significantly different, it might be a rare planchette error. Third, compare your coin to high true value hidden within. As you absent-mindedly sift through the pennies, you spot something differenter. 1932 Lincoln Hui penny. Just another old copper coin, right? But what if I told you that this one penny could be worth more than a brand new car, even as much as $30,000 or more at auction? That's right. Some of these seemingly ordinary 1932 wheat pennies have sold for mind-blowing amounts. And the most shocking part, there are still rare ones out there, heading in circulation, waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. You might have walked past one, unknowingly spent one, or even had one in your hand at some point, never realizing the small fortune you were holding. The key to unlocking these treasures is knowing exactly what to look for, understanding the historical significance, rare minting errors, exact values, and the secret strategies collectors use to find and sell these ultra-valuable pennies for the highest price. The 1932 Lincoln Hui penny is one of the most historically significant coins of the early 20th century, minted during the depths of the Great Depression, a time when millions of Americans struggled to find work. The stock market had collapsed, and every penny mattered. Because of the economic turmoil, the U.S. Mint drastically reduced coin production, making 1932 one of the lowest mintage years in Lincoln cent history. Unlike other years where hundreds of millions of pennies were produced, the total mintage of the 1932 Lincoln penny was shockingly low. Just 9 million were struck at the Philadelphia Mint No Mint mark, 10.5 million at the Denver Mint D, and the rarest of them all, only 5.6 million at the San Francisco Mint S, making the 1932 S one of the lowest mintage Lincoln cents ever. That's just a fraction of the typical production numbers for Lincoln pennies. And since so many of these coins were heavily circulated, finding one in high grade today is almost impossible. But if you do, it could be worth an absolute fortune. So, how much is a 1932 Lincoln Hui penny actually worth? The value depends on three key factors: its condition, mint mark, and whether it has rare errors. A heavily circulated example, the kind you might find in a jar of old change, is typically worth $1 to $20. But if you're lucky enough to find a higher grade example, XF, or O condition, its value jumps to $50 to $500. Now here's where things get really exciting. If you have a mint state, uncirculated 1932 Lincoln penny MS60 or higher, collectors will pay $1,000 to $5,000 for it. And if you're holding the ultra-rare 1932 S Lincoln penny in top condition, it could be worth over $30,000 at auction. About discovering treasure in places you never expected. So, grab your old coin stash, because by the end of this video, you might just find out that you're holding a rare penny worth thousands of dollars. Now, let's dive into the forgotten history of the 1934 Lincoln Hui penny, a coin that carries not only immense numismatic value, but also a deep connection to the past. Imagine a time when America was still struggling through the Great Depression, a period of financial hardship, uncertainty, and resilience. Every penny had real buying power, and people clung to their small change just to make it through another day. But among the millions of pennies that passed through hands, there was a special batch, one that would later become one of the most sought-after coins in U.S. history. The 193 Lincoln penny is not just a piece of copper, it is a symbol of survival, a relic of economic recovery, and a collector's dream. But what makes this penny so special? To answer that, we need to take a closer look at its design, unique features, minting process, and the errors that can make it worth a fortune. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of this coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the national motto "In God We Trust" above his head, liberty inscribed to the left, and the year 1934 clearly visible. But pay close attention to the small D mint mark beneath the date, because if your coin has this mark, it means it was minted in Denver, making it part of the rare 193D series. If there's no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia, and while still valuable, it won't be as rare as the Denver version. Flipping the coin over, we see the classic wheat penny reverse design, which remained in production from 1909 to 1958. This side of the coin features two wheat stalks framing the center, one cent inscribed in large, bold letters, United States of America, positioned beneath, and the Latin phrase E pluribus unum appearing along the top edge. This simple but powerful design symbolized both America's agricultural strength and economic resilience during tough times. But what truly sets the 193D penny apart is its scarcity, its stunning red-tone mint state specimens, and the rare mint errors that can drive its value through the roof. Collectors and numismatists seek out the 1934D penny for three major reasons: low mintage and surviving population. Only 28.4 million were minted, and many have been lost, worn down, or spent, making high-grade examples extremely rare. Mint state and red-tone specimens and circulated versions with their original luster, especially those classified as red road by grading services like PCGS and NGC, are significantly more valuable, and rare mint errors, some 1934D pennies, contain dramatic minting errors that can make them worth thousands. One of the most exciting and valuable errors to look for is the double die obverse DDO, which occurs when the coin's design is struck twice at slightly different angles, creating a noticeable doubling effect in letters and numbers. If you see overlapping or duplicated features in God We Trust, Liberty, or 1934, you may have a coin worth $5,000, $15,000 plus. Another valuable error is the repunched mint mark RPM, where the D mint mark was stamped twice in slightly different positions, making these coins worth hundreds or even thousands depending on clarity. Additionally, off-center strikes, where part of Lincoln's portrait or the wheat stalks are missing, can be worth anywhere from $500 to $10,000 depending on severity. Now, let's talk about the current market value of the 193D Lincoln wheat penny and how much yours could be worth today. In circulated condition, meaning it has some wear and tear, these pennies are typically valued between $1 and $10. However, if your coin is in fine to very fine condition, meaning the details are still sharp, but some minor wear is visible, you could be looking at a value between $10 and $50. If your penny is in uncirculated condition, graded MS60 to MS6 for red, it could be worth anywhere from $100 to $500. But here's where it gets exciting. If your 1934D penny is in mint state, MS to 65 red or above, meaning it has exceptional luster and minimal blemishes, it could be worth between $2,000 and $5,000 or more. And if your coin has one of the rare errors we discussed earlier, such as a double die or repunched mint mark, it could be worth an astonishing $5,000 to $15,000 plus at major auctions. But how do you find out if you have a valuable 1934 penny? First, use a magnifying glass to examine your coin closely for doubling, repunched marks, or unusual features. Next, weigh your coin. Or genuine 1934 wheat penny should weigh 3.11 grams. Then, get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to certify its authenticity and value. Finally, sell it at major auctions. High-value coins should be sold through heritage auctions, Stax Bowers, or great collections to attract top-dollar buyers. Now, imagine finding a penny worth thousands in your pocket, in a jar, or even in your attic. Have you checked your old change yet? Drop a comment below if you have a 1934 penny. Let's see who might be holding a gold mine. Just imagine you might have a fortune sitting right under your nose, hiding in an old drawer, buried in a coin jar, or tucked away in a collection you haven't checked in years. The 1934 Lincoln wheat penny is more than just an old coin. It's a piece of history, a connection to a time of resilience, and for some lucky collectors, it's a life-changing discovery. But here's the exciting part: this is just one of many valuable coins that people overlook every single day. There are still thousands of rare pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters out there, sitting in circulation, waiting to be found. And if you know what to look for, you could turn an ordinary pocket change hunt into an incredible numismatic treasure hunt. That's why you cannot afford to stop here, because in my next video, I'm revealing the most valuable Lincoln pennies ever sold at auction, including ones that featured over $100,000. Yes, you heard that right. Some pennies have sold for more than a house, and most people walk right past them without even realizing their worth. You do not want to miss this, because the next rare penny could be in your pocket right now. So, before you do anything else, click on the next video right here, and I'll show you exactly what to look for. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because I'll be bringing you even more secrets about rare and valuable coins that could change your life. And remember, every great treasure hunter starts with just one find. Could yours be next? Click the video now, and I'll see you there.